Hello and welcome to the Insaka Talk Show. Today in the studio, I have my guest host. But before I talk about my guest host, my name is Winnie and I am one of the Insaka Talk Show ladies. And the ladies are off. It's my birthday, so I decided to have a birthday party on the Insaka with the guest host. Because guess what? She is my almost 20 plus friendship. So why not spending this moment with her? But Priska, Irene, and Nelly, enjoy your day off today, and we're gonna be rocking. And today's topic is gonna be balancing motherhood and career. But before I even go in there, I would like to invite you to welcome my guest host today, Ivy Kabwe Mulenga. Welcome.
Thank you. Happy birthday, Winnie! Yay!
Happy birthday.
Oh, happy birthday to your birthday mate, Tawanda.
Happy birthday to Tawanda. I wish she was right there with you.
Oh, no. Mama needs a break.
Mama needs a break. I just want to tell the audience. So Tawanda is Ivy's baby. That's my niece. Probably I'm the godmother. Like
yes.
In a low key. Like, you have to just keep it.
You just take it away.
That one I've been
like
from the time like you were pregnant, I was like, this baby's gonna be born on my birthday. I'm like, yeah. And then she was born on my birthday. I'm so happy.
I know. She's blessed. I tell you, cancer babies.
So emotional. Please leave us alone. We are very happy people though. Wow, welcome to the Insaka Talk Show. This is our home, our second home, and it's just fun and feel free. Be excited, and this is friendship. So sometimes we're gonna get out of our way, but we're gonna have fun.
Yes, and we have to. It's your birthday. Why not?
Why not? So we're gonna go dive into just icebreaker question. What's the icebreaker question? Our icebreaker question for today: can you share a memorable or fun moment as a child, Ivy?
Oh my, that's a good one. Anyway, it's a very funny one to me. To me, it's like I've held on to it because it's a memorable experience or memorable piece that I have held on for over maybe 30 years. My dad passed on in 1991, and I remember on my 11th birthday, I asked for a door. These are parents who grew up coming from nothing. My parents grew up from Kasama, came into the city and declared themselves, made this a life for themselves. And on my 11th birthday, I asked him, definitely dolly. So he's like, oh, what kind of a door? I'm like, I told him exactly. Oh my gosh, I still remember until today what color of the door came as a present.
Oh my God.
He came with, those little doors, that doors that you play for the bath and you play with the door in the bath. He came with that and said, Chilubi. And I was so excited. And when I opened up the present, it was the little blue dog that was in there. And it was like, Fichu. But what else can I do? I'm like, but till today, I still remember and I still laugh about it. I'm like, it's two different things. But you know what? I share that memory because it really holds a lot, and it really holds a lot of good memories. And my dad tried, and I don't think if he was still alive, I would really laugh about it until today.
That's a nice one. You know what? That's what maybe you thought. That's what you talked about. You never know. You just never know. But you know what? He gave you a present, and
yeah. I mean, it was a present. Present.
Yeah,
it was exciting. It was exciting in the end. I mean, I embraced it and I enjoyed playing with it.
That's good. No, I think for me, my dad used to take us every other weekend. We used to go to, by then we used to be in Kabwe. He used to take us to watch a movie, Astra, in Kabwe, and then we'll buy ice cream. But the funny thing, right, I'm going to show this because it's his birthday. So this is my dad's handwriting. And I think I've been emotional this month because I've been going back and digging letters that my father used to write. My father was so detailed. He would write the letter. This was my birthday. He wrote in June. He'll
Oh my
write his
gosh.
time and the hour, and he'll write everything that he was doing. Like, this is my address, but he'll put up here and his name and his signature. And so I'm looking at him like, oh, it's my birthday, Daddy, I miss you. You know, we take things for granted.
We do.
And I remember when you used to send these mails to me, I was like, oh, but didn't I go to the post office? But guess what? Now I'm sitting down.
Now, like, can you still go on? Can you still go back
now
to the
I'm
post
sitting
office?
and digging to see all these.
I know. It's a lot of memories that we, like, you know, when you sit down and reflect on them, and then you realize, like, wow, this is pretty.
Yeah.
You know?
This is crazy, but you know what? It's a good thing, and we're grateful. We're grateful for all of them. Yeah. So we're gonna go on to community news. I will talk about some community news, but I think you're gonna talk about something because you are part of it. I think we're gonna start with that one. So community news, we have AIDS Walk, annual AIDS Walk Zambia. It's gonna be in August, and we buying t-shirts for almost 1,500 people.
So wow.
Asking for donation. If you have anything, $10. I think for a t-shirt for a person, I think it's about $7. So if anybody can donate, maybe buy a t-shirt for 2, for 3, for 4 people, it would be nice, so that we can have so many people walk with us. And this annual AIDS Walk is every year. And if you're in Zambia, please, you can inbox Williamson Foundation page, and then we'll give you more information. But we have all the information right here. It's going to be in August. And Ivy, you are part of the committee. You're part of the executive in AIDS Walk, Williamson Foundation.
Yes, we would really appreciate whoever, the little that you can, to like donate and help out with this foundation, which has been growing for so long. I remember, you know, starting from nothing to where it is right now. It's amazing. You know, it doesn't matter whether it's $1, it's 20 kwacha, it's whatever. It goes a long way. But just a support from the community, a support from friends, or support from the people that are in the diaspora back home, it will really do the community so good. You know, it's like, you know, sometimes we forget that this is something that's for us. We forget that that's something that affects us or has affected us. We've had family members who have gone through this. We still have family members who are going through this. Mm-hmm. So for us to tap into our pockets and tap into whatever we have, it's hard. I mean, everybody's experiencing the inflation, everybody experiencing hardship and hard times. But I believe in the more you give, the more you receive, and you receive triple, you know, and it just feels good to be that person who gives, even though you don't get it the same way, but just for you to give and for a good cause. It's not like it's something that's not transparent. This is transparent. This has been going on for a long time, and you tapping in and you elevating us as a community, both here and Zambia, it's amazing, and we'll really, really appreciate your support in every way that you can. It's like, okay, I'll find somebody who can print t-shirts for you, maybe for a cheaper price. Well and good. Or find somebody who bake a cake for, you know, for the people who are going to be at the walk. That's amazing. But because sometimes we forget that giving is a thought, is like words. We just think of money. Sometimes it's not that. Sometimes just, okay, I'll buy a packet of water or a case of water, and I'll help those people. It's gonna be sunny. I managed to buy water for these people. So in whatever you can, it will be appreciated.
If your family in Zambia wants to walk, bring a tray of rice. People can have it. Yeah. It doesn't have to be money at all times. So thank you so much. Looking forward. I think we have another gala coming in our friends over there. They'll be having, where is the flyer? This flyer be the show. So the ADZMV, they'll be having a 3rd annual gala. Please, the tickets are going on for $125. It's gonna be over there. Please follow the AZDMV. They will be having an annual gala. So let's go and support our friends.
Yes.
Go and support, because we are community, we are in diaspora. Let's support our friends. I think that's it we have for today. Now we're gonna go a little bit into the commercial, and then we'll be right back with our hot topic.
Oh yeah.
Hello, and welcome back to the Insaka Talk Show. Remember, it's my birthday.
Yes. Oh my gosh, it's somebody's birthday. Okay, from the time I've known Winnie maybe has toned down with her birthday. When it's Winnie's birthday, I haven't been, the past 9 years I've been here, I've missed her birthdays. But prior to that, if it's Winnie's birthday, you are celebrating her.
We are going. We're partying. We're doing it.
Yeah.
I think I'm going down, not to Kabwe. Remember, we'll go out and come late at night.
Oh my gosh.
Even having a different kind of topic. That's why. Now, our topic for today is what?
Oh yeah, blessed.
It's a balancing parenthood and career. So guys, we are trying to be here and just talk about careers. But before we talk about career, Kabwe, I just want to say I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
Maybe I don't say it enough, or maybe I won't even speak about it. You did it yourself. You took yourself to school, and you have 3 beautiful kids, and God blessed you with a daughter, and I'm just so proud of you.
Thank you.
I want to tell people what you do, because I don't want to butcher it out, but I want to tell people what you do.
I'm a respiratory therapist, and I've been doing it for 13 years, yeah. And I love it. I love it with a passion, because it's very rewarding. I work in the NICU, and I know my cousins or my sisters or my relatives are like, how do you do it? How do you do it? I can't do it. Even just to see this little tiny baby who was born 380 grams or 320 grams, and you're like, you see these kids, like, I'm like, I think it's empathy, and I think it's all the love, and I think it's just the strength and the reward when you see them go home, the reward when you see parents like be stressed, and then eventually they just embrace themselves and just be part of the support with these babies, and seeing them walk out of the hospital is a huge reward. I've been doing it for quite a while, and I mean, I've enjoyed it, and I'm so blessed, and I'm so thankful to the Almighty who gave me the strength to do it. So it's got a lot of challenges. It's not like, I would say I love it, but there are so many things that will come with it. There's so many things that will come with the challenges. But you know what? In every aspect of life, you're supposed to have that hump. That aspect of a good thing is supposed to be a diversion of, like, this will divert this way, but then we'll go back in route. But otherwise, that's what I do, and I've been doing it for a while. Other than being that, I'm also a parent, a mother of 3 kids.
That's why I wanted to highlight that, because God has given us different ministry, and we don't understand. And that's your ministry, because not everybody's gonna be like, oh, I can do that, but you do it because God has given you that ministry, and you enjoy it, and you don't feel burdened because you're doing what God has called you to do. We are all in the ministry, just a different way. So when you're giving that opportunity to a parent, comforting the parent who's having a small baby, and then they go home, and then your heart is like, oh my God, they went home today, or they're going home today, and you think, you know what, you're doing God's purpose. And that's what I'm saying, I'm proud of you. Like, go.
Yeah, it's amazing. You got it. Just do it. You do it, and you seek strength. I pray every day. I'm like, seek me strength as I go to do this. And I pray for the doctors. I pray for everybody who's out there, because it's not an easy job to make a decision, to make a diagnosis on this baby, or to say, you know what, your baby can't live anymore, or because we can't do anything more than this. So it's like, it comes with a lot of sadness, but I think the joy of it outweighs the sadness most of the times.
All right, now we're getting to the topic. I'm gonna save this one. Why is my computer? I'm on the computer and something is happening here. No, something is happening with my computer. I guess I'm just gonna have to skip that one. What has been the biggest challenge for you in balancing parenthood and your career?
Personally, for me, I mean, I have 3 kids with different generations. So I had my first one when I was 21, and he's 25 right now. And then after 10 years of having him, I had another one, which was 14 years ago. He just turned 14 last week. So another generation again. So for the 2, I mean, I had challenges because we moved from Zambia with my first one when he was like about 2. So it was kind of challenging to navigate the streets of America and getting these things around. But you know what? I'm grateful that I had my sister, I had my aunts, my cousins too. But it was still hard. So I had to send him back home for a little bit. And then he came back, I think 2 years after spending time in Zambia with his grandparents. And when the second one was born, it wasn't as bad because he was born in a community of these guys, Winnie, my sister. Yeah. We had a lot of people, my cousins. We were like a big team. So it wasn't as bad until I moved to Seattle. Then it was challenging because it was now my 2 cousins who lived here, but we were all in different cities. Like my other cousin was in Seattle. My other cousin I lived with in the same area. But it was hard in the aspect of, especially with a 14-year-old now, to find daycare for him, and I had to work night shift, and so that challenge came with no help. That was my most stressful, and it came with that. But I guess it made me stronger in ways of like, just do it, and it will get better, and it got better. And then 2 years later, I had this one, who's been the most of the challenges because.
She's a girl.
Blessings. We so love her. We're so grateful that she came. She was so deep in love with her. But then when it comes to like, I did, childcare 14 years ago, and then to start over again, it's like, oh my gosh, now you have to pay, childcare fees, and then you have to like think of like, you have to go to work, but you have to sustain your life with having these kids around. And that's been like the most challenging thing, but it's been happening because you know what, nothing that God gives you will be a failure, because there's that challenge that he's like, I'm giving you this. It's going to be challenging, but you're going to do it. And if you can't do it, let it go and give it to me. I'll take care of it. And it has happened. She'll go to this lady, Miss Aluo, where she'll stay for whatever time that she's there. I'll pick her up. We come back home, give shower, bath. It starts over again. But, it might be challenging, but it's doable, and it's been done. And, I'm grateful that, I also have whatever limited support that I have around here. I have my close friend, Debbie, who also helps. I have this lady who also helps. And I'm grateful for the person who also introduced me to this lady who takes care of Tawanda, because had it not been for her, I would have been, something would have happened.
Something would have come up, girl.
Yes, but you know what? But then, you also, So, but then, it was diverted to this woman, this lady, Zambian lady, Akum, who's like, I know of someone and she's great with babies, and this is what it is. This is where you can take her. You always want safety for your children. You just don't, you always have to navigate, and you always have to inquire what safety is it's all about. But again, you also want safety for yourself. Like what am I going to provide for these kids? So it's parenting, go out there, like let me go hustle, and you also come back to it's a non-ending hustle.
It's
work 12 hours. By the time you get home, it's like 15-16 hours away from home, and then you have to take care of these kids, feed them, bathe them, and then again you wake them up early in the morning. It's not an easy thing to do.
It's not an easy thing. And you know what, that's what I'm saying, like I don't want to say much of it, but your kids look like a father. Oh my gosh, all of them, including the girl. Like,
I guess I didn't do the work, but I'm glad they are.
All you did was just carrying them. They all 3 look like their father. I'm like, what happened to you, man? What did you do? Like,
no, you know what? The good things that came out from them. That's genes.
The genes of the Zulu. So hey, we love our babies, and they're grown now. So it's a good thing. I had my challenges as well. Like, of course, being a mom, of course, we all were first-time moms. You were a mom in Zambia, and came here, but I was first-time mom being here by myself. I had my mother-in-law, my ex-mother-in-law. She was always nice. She was always there, but there was she could be there in the house, but there was like a daycare, and there was this and this. But overall, Mapalo, I had found Samantha. Samantha is my sister from another mother. Samantha is like amazing.
Amazing, yeah.
Oh my gosh. You know, we like I said, we took care of our kids together. But there were those days where they couldn't go to Sam's. They would have to go to Kabwe's home. They eat in Kabwe's house. They would sleep. They would take a bath. Our children were rotating each other's homes. But you know what? I miss that. Like,
I know. I do too.
Wish we can have that. Like, support system. Actually, I'm going to put that, not that. I'm going to put this. We had support system. And I wish that can stick to that. People don't realize what you have.
Oh my gosh, no.
It's gone. Yeah. Listen, you can have your friends. My kids, Aisha, Mapalo, Tasheni, Mumba, Masonde. These 4 kids are on the same age. They rotate in each other's homes, and we were okay. Bidi, are you picking up Mapalo? Are you doing this? We had a very good support system. So, like, for that, it was challenging, but I feel like it was easy. Malumbo is.
It was easier.
It was
you know, I think
when I was in New York, it was very hard. But when I came and lived here, it was like a crazy, and then it became better.
It's a phase.
We were able to balance it.
Yeah.
But when I came to Malumba, it was like, what am I going to do? I was praying over it. You know, my pregnancy was the other way. I was going through my own. You are married but divorced, but not married but you're pregnant. That kind of situation.
Married but single.
So I was like, what am I going to do? I know I'm going to start living by myself. What am I going to do? But you know how God is? The neighbor had brought one of my, look at me, I tear up when I feel my neighbor had a niece that came from Uganda. Their son used to call me every morning. Good morning, Mama Aisha. I'm like, why is this boy calling me every day? But guess what? That little boy, the cousin, is the one who took care of my son for a year in the house. I didn't even have to go drive anywhere. The girl was in the neighbor. All she did was come in from my house and sit in my house and take care of my child. And I was so grateful, especially with whatever I was going through. All was like, I know that somebody was going to take care of my kids. So I had challenges, but you know what? I had people. I had my neighbors.
I know.
And Mama Zita was there. And after that, Samantha, I helped out, pushed them up. And now I have Kayla, who's like, oh my gosh, Kayla is a God savior. She was like, I just pick him up. I'm like, no, God, look at this.
Yes, God sends God sends your angels, your helping angels. He does.
For most mothers here in the diaspora, I mean, we don't have these challenges back home, but most of mothers here in the diaspora, when you find close families, because God will provide you those families that you were not born in the same family, respect them, love them, give them the same way they can give you, especially when it comes to your children, because it's not easy to find a support system.
It's not. Support system comes from family, but you know what? We are also in a generation where everybody's working. You don't have a grandmother, because I have my aunt, who's my mom's sister, but she's also working. So I'm not going to depend on her to like, oh, well, go to Ambuya. No, I'm not going to do that because she has to work. So, you know, whenever anybody can help, that's amazing. Whenever anybody can tap in and say, "Nice, some cool send them one," that's good too, because it comes from family. My sister, when living in New Jersey, she would take Tasheni to when she used to live in Virginia, and that was like, oh my gosh, you know, the feeling of being happy. Oh my God, he's going. Thank you. You know, Winnie has them tonight. Oh my gosh, thank you. Oh my God, it's amazing. It's like when you have that, and I think we also, in my own opinion, I think we also live in a very individualized place. So it's only me and my kids, and that's good too. It's very good. But then now you look at, you know, having a compound of like, oh, this is where the mother is, this is my grandma, this is my auntie there. It's so nice, because then you don't worry about safety. You don't worry about where children are. It's just my opinion. You want that connection, you want that community for yourself and for your children to like know. Because if I right now tell my children, okay, this is your uncle, it's like, oh, I only know Uncle Msanda, I only know Uncle Caputo, but then there are a lot of uncles that they know that they have to know, but then to them it's like too much, because we're living in a place where it's just like, oh, it's only me and my kids. But you know what? It catches up to you when you don't give it out there. So we have to promote, we have to educate, or we have to groom our children to know that it's not only me, there's also other people out there. And sometimes not only having my siblings or my uncles, even friends will become family, like Winnie. They even know, if like, oh, Auntie Winnie's calling, there's this going on. If something goes wrong, it's like they know.
You know what it is.
And we've known for a while. This is, we know them, then they'll know, Uncle Tim, they know, because this is how they've grown up, Yeah.
And you know what? I'm gonna say this to our viewers: if you have any challenges, if you have a good support system and you want to share, please go on our page.
Please do. And then ideas too, how you handle your situation. Share it.
The challenges. And then you know how they say the other thing, that it takes a village to raise the children. That's how they raised us. So if you are in a community where you are by yourself and you're looking for people to help you, please ask. It doesn't just have to be our color. There are different people that I have met who are not in my color, and they're just a good family. So please ask questions, because you cannot be alone raising these children. It's not easy to balancing career, parenthood, and all that. It's not easy. So I'm gonna go on finances and career. Finances and planning with our children nowadays. Kabwe, how are you planning your finances?
Oh my gosh, I'm all over the place. By the time the paycheck lands in my account, I think everything is distorted to like all avenues of what needs to be paid. Oh man, I need to go to McDonald's. I'm like, I think I can make the chips. You want me to make? We have breast chicken. I can make the chicken for you. Because you know what? The first thing you're planning for is shelter. They need to have shelter. So you want to create an environment where you always have to let them know that, you know what, this is our home. This is where we need to be. And things happen. I'm not saying things don't happen. You know what? I'm a firm believer of, if it didn't happen to you once, it's going to happen to you at one point. Mm-hmm. And you want to create a space where they call home. So by the time he's asking for McDonald's, at least that shelter should be provided and should be catered for. But again, you also have to also tell them that, okay, I have extra, and this is what we're gonna do. But it's not gonna be an every, because if I can recall, 5, 6, 7 years ago, it was an every Friday thing. We went to dinner, we went out to have McDonald's. But now, if you're going to have a McDonald's, you're better off going to the restaurant, because if you're getting just a meal, it's like $15. Okay,
$15, and then it's not even nice. It's French fries, but you can
and the French fries are like burnt or they're dry. You're not even enjoying it.
And then you go to dinner, you're gonna have a nice burger and good French fries.
Yeah, and add the $5.
I'm telling you. And then now, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's money. You can't even plan. Like I was saying myself, I have a girl now who's a teenager. I was 14. Now it's like, can I do my nails? I took her to do my nails. I'm like, oh, let's go do self-care. Now where did I go find my nails, manicure and pedicure? I was about, I think, $59, $55. That was fine. Her nails was about $60, $80. I was like, what? I was like, oh, they have to put they have to put some colors, and they have to put this way and then this way. I said, my God, okay, but some to put the self-care. So me and my sister, I said, that's it.
Oh my gosh.
I could have just walked it by myself and enjoying myself, because that was just like
by the time you're leaving, it's almost $150.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was like somewhere there. I'm like, that's not good. Like, I didn't expect that. And then they don't know. And then when you tell them, guys, we have to save money for this. We have to save money for this. But why we have to save money? You only have a card. You can use your card. Man, it's the same thing. Money in the card.
They just put it for safety. It's coming out from the card.
But if we are planning for something big, we can't just be going to McDonald's. We can't just be going to dinner all the time. We can find something. That's why now I've created something with Rafiq, planning financing. I'm like, we are now going out to eat, but I can take you to the park and we can get ice cream. So that way it's that dinner part or that McDonald's part is out of the system, because it was like every day, every Friday or every weekend.
Yeah, it becomes so expensive.
It's $15. Yeah, that is.
It becomes so expensive. It's like, like that's the thing. It's like when Tinashe was 13, 14, 15, he took care of the brother. Like in the summer when he was, and that's the only time he bought a pair of sneakers worth $150, because he knew like, oh, when I make my babysitting my brother, I'm going to buy these kinds of sneakers. And that's the same thing we're doing with Tasheni. I'm like, Tasheni, you want to make extra money? He's like, oh yes, mommy. Oh, you can leave her with me. I'm gonna do it. I'm like, okay, but at least in that sense, it's like, oh, I'm taking there's a responsibility, and out of this responsibility comes out something that I can, I can.
Gonna adapt that.
Yeah, but they don't see. You can't touch their money. Like you can buy your own McDonald's. Like, no, mommy, you buy. I'm like, you've got your own money, But it's like, it's like I listened to this guy. He's called his name is Jim Rohn, like John, but with an R on, and he said it. Learn little bits of stuff. Learn finances, because then you don't have to be an accountant to learn. You get into details to go into. No, you learn a little bit of it, so you have at least a little bit of exposure of how to finance your money. Learn a little bit of law, because then you know how the laws are drawn in terms of like if you're going to buy something, so it will be money, then it's going to be the law. Like learn to read things, because everything, you don't have to go to a maximum of like, oh my gosh, I gotta go into this deep. No, you can do partial of it and learn. So like by grooming our kids and telling them this is what you need to do, this is how you need to expose yourself when it comes to money. When we have to, because we were not brought up with that. We were not brought up with parents telling us this is how you're going to look at the spreadsheet of like money, because this era like that really showing them and really, really teaching them how to handle finance at a very young age. And I think this is something that should be taught in school,
but they didn't.
But yeah, I think it's something that's like, like just general things. Well, this is what they're going to encounter when they come out of the world.
Because like I said, if I knew what I know now, I would have not done what I have done. I did before.
And that's how it is every time.
And then when we came here, we were very young. Being 19 and being here and being thrown on credit cards on your face, what are you going to do?
Look, and like you think it's like, oh, all this money, thank you. I'm like,
I can just get a car on a zero
interest. And then
I can have an MX for no reason. I can have Kabwe. There was a time I had a black MX. I was like, Dad, I have so much money. Oh yeah, so much money. It's not your money. But that's why it's like, if we knew all these things that we know now, there's nowhere we would have done what we did. Like right now, I would want my daughter to know more about finances. I would want my daughter to know about planning, which she does. She plans, she tells you how much. Like now she's planning a Sweet 16. So we know what we're going to do, what we need, the things that we need. So for them, it's like very eye-open at early age, at 14. You're doing that because she knows what's going to go in, what she can have. She goes like, oh no, I don't think if we're going to do this, we're going to have this. I'm like, that's good, because then she's thinking about it.
Yes.
But yeah, that's really good. So now we have another one. We're moving on to culture and challenges. Hey, Kabwe, do you have any issues? We have problems.
I have got problems in my house. Oh, but I think coming from, like, okay, not like for me personally, I grew up. And a parentless child at a very young age. My dad died when I was 13. My mom died when I was, I think, 17 or 18, somewhere there. And all I know is whatever they groomed us to grow up, and whatever culture and whatever whatever parenting skills they had. That's all I've instilled in my children. But I think one thing I have learned is we are in a different culture, and these kids were born here. Even though my son wasn't born here, but came at the very young. He came when he was 2, and this is all he knows.
American. That's all
You
he
know,
knows.
this is all he knows. This is all he knows. So we also have to give grace that this is their culture, and this is what they are going to know for the rest of their lives. But again, we also have to also implement that this is our culture, and you have to also, you also have to use these for your own good, because the thing is, like, your tree, as you grow, as we go at one point leave this world, you're going to have to also raise your children in terms of that. My parents were from Zambia, and this is what I knew, and this is what they
What I
taught
remember.
us when we were younger, and this is what you're going to raise. This is how you're going to raise your children as well. So I think we also have to give grace to them. We don't have to necessarily raise them like, wait, Zambia, because it's a different culture too, and even looking at myself, the things that I've dropped off as I've come to live more in this country. I came here when I was like maybe 23, but in the 20 something years I've been here, I'm not going to say I'm the same as I was when I was 23. Where, like, when you see, oh, yeah, baposa salad, baposa cooking oil,
Baposa
you feel
bed,
bad
baposa
because
mattress.
we are like, oh my god. But then how are you going to send those things back home to save other people?
Yeah.
You can't. But you in some way you can, in other ways, not the same ways that So I think a cultural thing is like we also have to balance it out and not just be force it in. Oh, because I'm from Nigeria, or from Zambia, from Kenya, it has to be just, but we still have to remain with those core values of where we come from. The cultural aspect of where we come from has to be implemented as well.
Yeah, and it's funny because we're talking about that. I was talking to Malumbo, was talking to Mapalo somehow. They're just like, they're kids. So he said something, whatever, Aisha, stop it. And then I said, do not speak to your sister like that. She's your older sister. If this we were in Zambia right now, you're going to be calling La Mapalo. He goes, what do you mean? I just look at it and say, yeah, now where he goes. Now, can you explain? All right.
Sorry.
No, don't worry. I can do this. It happens, girl. It happens. So it goes like, what do you mean by Mapalo? I'm like, everybody who's older, who's about 15, 13 years above, right? 13 years above. And then you were 7, you're supposed to be calling La. So you're supposed to call Masonde, La Masonde, La Mumba. Mommy, I don't think that's going to work. That's not going to work with me. And I said, listen, okay, I get it. That's not going to work. So what I want you to do, right, that you calling Aisha Mapalo, and I don't want to give her another name. I'm like, Jesus, help me, take a wheel. But what is that?
By the time that guy is coming, is Bama Palo.
So what I told him was like, listen, you don't have to do that about Mapalo and everything, but you have to respect her. There are certain things you can say to her. There's some things you don't have to do. You can't go just like beat Mapalo, and you can't just go in a room when she's dressing up because you want to go get something from there. You gotta have some respect and boundaries because she's your big sister. So those are cultures. That's the things that we learn from home. When I went to Zambia, I think 2 years ago with Aisha, she came out with the little teeny shorts, those bum shorts, pajamas. And my mother was like, Ngefi. I was like, I don't know. She's putting on pajamas. Grandma, it's just pajamas. And then, we have nephews and all that. My mother was like, no, we are in the house with boys. She went in and gave her a chitenge. And Aisha spent the whole summer. If she's wearing short shorts, she will root the chitenge and put it on. She came with it. She did it for a month, and that was it. It's gone.
But they're not boys about Lumbo. But that's the thing. It's like you have to get accustomed when you get to a certain place where it's like this is, and there's a reason she did that.
There's a reason, there's a
reason. There's so many things that happens. You don't want to set attraction in something that you can prevent.
So like stuff like that. So I try, and then I have a system in my house. There's no need with Ryan, the kids. I have a month. Once in a month, I cook shima on Sunday. I cook shima, okra, vegetables, beans. And I say, today, not today, we're going to eat shima. And I don't want anybody to say, oh my God, they'll whine, they'll cry. And I'm going to be like, do I have to eat? That's the right. Do I have to eat shima? It's like, bro, this is what's happening. I'm not cooking anything. We're not ordering like today's shima. So I try to do that because I want them to know that. Because
Oh yeah, my kids don't have a problem with that. You can cook it every other day as long as palinama. For them, it's like as long as there's meat, mulembwe beans, they're geared.
No, for me, because I don't cook it much like I used to do it. I think when I was pregnant, I ate more of shima and I think but not anymore.
That's what I'm saying. Sometimes you drop those things because there's a fast because good can inch it. So by the time I think of typical body, that's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, I rather just like make sweet potato, something. Now with air fried, whatever quick can be done. Yeah, so I try to do like that just for that reason, just the couch, because it's challenging to bring them into what like you said, the Americans bring them into like our culture. But I try to just because it's challenging, but I try all the time just to put it in there to implement so that they know that we have to use our hands, wash our hands, and all that stuff.
Yeah, and sometimes like people like the foreign people will be like, oh my gosh, why do you use your hands? I'm like, I'm not gonna make it comfortable for you because you want me to use a fork. I'm going to use my hands because that's what makes me comfortable to make it convenient for me. It's like maybe one day they'll be like, oh my goodness, this is amazing, because that's what we do as well. It's, import, and then now you're like, oh my gosh,
you know, even eat that the things that I eat. Hey.
Oh yeah.
So guys, again, if you're watching, what challenges are you going through, like culture challenges with your children? Let us know. Let's share. Now I'm gonna go to a little bit. I think I'm gonna jump off self-care for ourselves. I'll jump a little bit on we're gonna go for it because we're Christian, all of us. You and me, we're Christian. I know you're Catholic. I'm a Pentecostal. It's the same thing. What role does your faith community plays in supporting you as a parent?
Just being transparent with them, especially when it comes to acceptance of whatever I believe in. I heard this from someone, I think it was on social media. This person said, I was Christian already, said, even if you're not Christian, even if you don't believe in God, take them to church. Let them have something to hold on. Let them have something to go to when they're when they need someone to go to, either you as a parent or anybody else. Take them, because the thing is like, at a certain point where they'll lure away from going to church, because then they feel like, there's a certain age they'll just kind of phase out that phase of going to church with you and all that stuff, but then they'll come back. Or if they're in a dire need of someone to talk to, at least they'll know how to go on their knees, they'll know how to pray, they'll know how to navigate that life of needing the divine in them.
That's really good.
Anytime we are praying, like with Tawanda, every morning she even knows how to do it. She just goes this, with Tasheni. With Tasheni, she just goes this. Or sometimes she's hiding behind the bed because she's like, oh, there she goes again. But with Tasheni, it was like just the things like every time before we go to bed, he's not joining us so much, but I know he prays. He's like, did you pray? Oh, mommy, I pray every day. But it's just one thing we have to instill in our children, even if you're not Christian, even if it doesn't mean supposed to. I believe it's not even supposed to be Christianity. I follow a lot of religions. I follow like the rabbis, because the teaching is the same.
This rabbi, talk about a rabbi. There's this rabbi, I'll share it with you. He is really good preacher. Not preacher, he's a really good role model. He really talks about life because it's in your heart. Like I tell my friend,
it's you. Christian religion is you.
Religion is you. The church is new. A church is a place where we all meet.
Social place.
Celebration and just visiting the house of the Lord. But when you're doing the church is you are the church. You have to carry yourself. Like I know myself, I pray, I go to church. For me, I feel like I grew up going to church every Sunday. And even when I came here, it's something that I've prayed to God. I said, God, no matter what kind of job you give me a Sunday. Let me be off on Sunday. So I feel guilty if I didn't even go to church on Sunday, if I'm doing something or just something came up. But I try, we go to church all the time, like 95% we go to church the whole year. Like we do go to church, and my kids know we get up in the Sunday, eat breakfast, eat and go to church. And for me, foresee Malumba. Like, okay, Aisha got baptized this year. Yay! So
Yay!
Aisha goes to
Good for
church
her.
Aisha goes to church every Friday. And listen, we used to go out on a date Friday night. I know now, it's like, no, I can't. This is our day. She goes to church, spend
That's
2 hours,
good.
3 hours there. And I dedicate myself, like, that we're having date, we're gonna stay in the house. She goes to church on Friday, and we go to church on Sunday. I would want to do Tuesday for myself, but it's too hard because I have to go to football practice. But I go to church on Sunday and I pray, and my kids pray. We pray before we go to bed. We pray when we get into the car. We pray when we're eating. Because I feel like no matter what, myself, I could have been a crazy person if I didn't have God. I don't even know how I would live if I didn't have God. So like when your children sees that, there are days where things are rocking on a rock bottom. But when they see that you have so much faith in you, they're gonna one day, like you said, we'll be gone, and they were like, my mother used to pray. So we said, if you don't go to church, let these kids know who you are. Show them the goodness of God. You don't have to go and preach on them. Just say, listen, we didn't have this and then this happened. Or somebody got sick, but somebody got healed. Because what? There's faith, because there's God. So just put this in them. They need it, especially when they're
Yeah, I am. It's you. You are what you believe. You are what you believe. It's like like when like the Muslims, when they're talking about the Quran, when the rabbis, what are these people? The Buddhists. They have so much wisdom. It's like it's up to you to pick up what you want. If you're just, this is how they pray. I mean, again, it's a world full of opinions. It's a world full of what you want. It's a world full of justice. Whatever you want, whatever fits you, whatever is right for you, whatever you think. Because you know what, it's what I can be praying for. I can just say, you know what, I'll take this stone and I'll make it my divine. That is what you believe in, and what it brings you. Why is this stone making you feel? It's up to you. Whatever you think is, and everybody's got a choice of what they think it is. So yeah, it's an amazing thing. We try as much to go to church.
We try too much to go to church and take everybody to church. Take your friend to church. My friend knows. I think most of my friends have been to my church. I take everybody to my church. Before we go anywhere, I'm gonna leave us this one with self-care. How do you do your self-care, Ivy? Because I've seen you before. You guys know. Follow Kabwe on Facebook and TikTok. This girl has been working so hard. She works out almost every 3 days a week, and she's like, and the one that is running, and she's doing so well. What are you doing? I'm like, gosh, I mean, that's a good way of giving yourself self-care. That is really nice. How do you do
I mean, there's a lot of description of or definition of what self-care means. Everybody has their own. There's some people who think self-care is like, okay, I'll go to the spa and stay there, and there are people who just like to go walk in in hike, and that brings them so much joy. I guess it's a personal thing. It's like, what do you like? I enjoy exercising. I enjoy cardio. I'm not one person you'll find doing namaste yoga, because I feel as if it slows me down, but it's the best thing to do. I think it slows me down. I like the hype things. I like the AMRAPs. I like those things that we just kind of step aerobics. I love that kind. And then I think with my kind of work, being at work for 12 hours, that gives me so much energy to go through the day and go through my week. And I just love my own piece of time. I like being by myself. I might be this, but I love my space. People think being by yourself is being lonely. Solitude. There's a difference between solitude and loneliness. Solitude is just like you enjoy being that alone. But then there's a misconception between the two. I like that. I don't know. I can place myself. I'm an introvert or I'm an extrovert. I might be both.
I think you're both.
I might be both. I might be both, but I have to figure that out. I love that. I love driving. I love that's like, it really zens me. I'm just in a very peaceful place when I'm driving long distances. Like when I used to go, even like when I used to drive my son to Spokane for school, that was just a smooth ride. I mean, Pili, all those hills. I'm like, yeah, I know it's scary, but I just like the flow of that. But my mind just goes
Just goes on and goes on.
It's quite down. We have a lot of bunnies in our heads sometimes, which are just like jumping. And sometimes when you find that space of where you can kind of, tone it down. And it's everybody has their own ways of like finding that space of toning things down. And I found workouts to be that. I found my driving to be that. I like to go hiking. It's limited me with me having Tawanda, that has been limited, but it's a very good thing to go out with children in nature, because it's a very good therapeutic kind of thing to do. The reason I think I've been doing this for a long time. I've been doing this for over maybe 15, 16 years. I think I've been doing it for over 15 years, I think, before Tasheni was born. And I was very much into it when Tasheni was born. My dad was a full-blown workaholic. Workout. He was in the military for a long time. And I used to see him run. He was a runner. And that I think maybe I have. And it's me and my younger brother. We're into like workouts. He's very also athletic and stuff. But I used to see my dad, like, he'll come out after running, stretching, and all those things. I guess maybe the military in him also elevated him to be that person. But exercise is one of the things that I enjoy, and I usually feel it when I don't do it, because my body just tells me, it's like, no, when did you last stretch, or when did you last jump, or when did you last, but I guess there's a lot of self-care routines that work for every individual. Some people just love to, just read, listening to podcasts, healthy podcasts.
I think for me, it's like, I think lately, because the changes, I love to run. When I'm running, I feel so good. Like in my heart, everything is at peace. I feel like everything just comes in pieces. Because when I'm running, I'm sweating, and I'm just like thinking, I'm praise worship, whatever that I'm doing in that moment, and just being alone in the park without the kids. I'll come home and I'll sit in the car for like good 10 minutes again before I come upstairs.
That's growth.
That's growth. Because I don't want to go. Because when I come in, because after having that moment to myself, I know either I'm going to find plates in the sink, or I'm going to find pillows off the couch. I'm going to find something. So I'm like, nope. Before somebody take away my peace, let me just stay here. And then when I'm sitting in the car, Malumbu will come, Mommy, why are you still sitting in the car? I was like, oh my God, can I just be alone? Can the woman be alone? I listen to a gospel music. So I just listen and just do praise and worship. For me, it's one of that thing. It's part of life, but I think for me, it just like gives me peace. Like I will just go in there and just like sing along and just pray alone, and just like, because I think we need it.
Oh yeah.
Like I've been going to do my nails. Like I'll do nails, pedicure, manicure. But nice. I've been taking this girl, but I'm not taking her anymore. That was it. She going by herself. I'm going by myself. I'm taking my 50.
Just that is good. They massage your legs, and then that's also soothes you, because they're in your own space. The massaging legs,
just to be on your own space, because I think we need it after all this parenting and balancing parenthood and career.
I think we forget about ourselves. Yeah,
we forget about ourselves. We give so much to everyone, wherever we're working, the friends, whatever that we do, but we forget about ourselves. And that for not just us women, even men, find time to just go do something that you love to do. Before we go any further, we're almost coming to a time. Ivy, Kabwe, Mulenga, all the names. You have to remarks. Any remarks before we leave?
I think for me, it's parenting is hard, but again, it comes to you as you navigate it. It's never gonna be easy. Nobody will come. Let me go back. Nobody has ever been taught to be a parent. We all come out of this by seeing how this person does it, or how our parents did it, but then you are going to play that role by yourself, with a lot of maybe lectures from your parents, or maybe some ideas from your friends, your family members. They're going to say, oh, do this. Even actually, if you do all that doesn't work until maybe you do your own, and you're like, oh, this has worked for me because I've navigated it by myself. This has worked for me. So I think parenting is one thing that is a very tough part of life, but it's also something that we have to embrace because it's given to us.
We have to embrace it regardless.
Yes,
we have to embrace it.
Yes. And the thing is, like, sometimes people suppress their no, it's okay to not be okay. It's okay not to be okay, because we try to say, I want to feel bueno. No, you're not. Are you really fine? Are you really fine? No. Sometimes, check up on people. Check up on people, because especially the ones who have a lot of little ones, because little ones are no help, because those are the ones that are just in a fix. I had a patient that who was leaving, going home with a baby. The girl was from Kenya, and I just told her, I'm like, if you need help, ask. No, I can do it. And no, we were raised to be strong as African women, or wherever women. We were taught to be strong because we are women. We have to be strong. No, it's not supposed to be that way. Because you know what? Let me tell you one thing. When you go take a shower with and you have somebody holding the baby, you are going to appreciate that shower, because every time you're taking a shower with the baby by herself, you're thinking of rushing to go out and say, oh, maybe she's suffocated. But then if you need help, ask. If you have friends, don't hesitate to ask, because you know what? Asking, we're taught that. No. Just ask. It's a tough job, but it's a job that comes with a lot of joy in it. She smiles at you and she says these things, and they say these things, and then you laugh, you smile.
Silly questions, and you just like, really?
Yeah, like, you just say that, but it comes with career. Go out there, go do it. As hard as it can be, the 5 minutes you're going to complain about it is a 5 minutes taken away from your blessing. Go out there, go do it. If you want to go back to school, it's okay. If you want to start a business, go out there. There's some people who want to be entrepreneurs, go and do it, because it's something that will make maybe your life easier, or maybe something that will make you feel good about yourself.
Yeah.
It's a juggle, but it's going to come with a lot of accomplishment.
Comes with the joy. Parenting, balancing parenthood and career, it comes with the joy. So if you want to, like Ivy said, if you want to be a boss lady, go find a job. If you want to sell tomato, go and do it. You can do anything, especially us this time around, the women, men. You can do it, because you have to provide for those little ones.
You have to.
Don't forget yourself while you're providing for those little ones, because having kids and you don't have nothing to give them is very hard. So go get it. Go get it.
Nobody's everywhere. It's like, you can say, oh my gosh, it's easier there. No. Every place has a pro and con.
It's a little easy. You know how they say, now it's a little easy because Malumbo is 9. No. It's gonna.
Oh my gosh, I have a 25-year-old. I still stress when he's not home. He's like, Mommy, I'm coming. He's having a birthday party somewhere with his friends. I'm stressing. I'm like, please have fun responsibly, because you know what? You still stress. And the thing is, it's not easy. It's a different ease, but it's still
same.
Like, there are a lot of people who will talk about, oh my gosh, your kids are grown. You don't know what stresses me until the door opens.
There's always something.
Until the door opens, they're like, oh, now he's in. Now let me sleep.
Yeah.
So no matter how old they are, they're still your children. You still stress about them. You still care for them. So yeah, it's an amazing job.
Now, this was good. Thank you, Kabwe, for coming here on the Insaka Talk Show today.
Happy birthday. I can't wait to celebrate next month. Can't wait.
I know. You know what we should do before I go? It's my birthday. I can say whatever I want to say. Well, you know what we should do when we next week? We should go somewhere far. Let's go somewhere in the water. All of us who are going to be turning that age. We can't be saying our age over here, and people
doesn't hurt. Is how comfortable you are with your own self.
No, I know, but I think they don't need to know my age, but they'll know.
Oh, I'm 46. 46, blessed and healthy.
46 and healthy. Say happy birthday to you. Your birthday
Mine just went, yeah.
fine.
I
Your
embrace
birthday
it.
just went.
You know, I lost my parents. I lost my mom when she was 45. So I passed her at 1 year. You know, so I always look at it that way, because it's a very tough.
Young. That's
yeah.
scary.
Yep. But you know what? It is life.
God bless
You
them.
guys
turn out to be great. You guys turn out to be great, and we are grateful. And from me, Winnie Sonda, and Ivy, all the way from Seattle, Washington. Yeah, Seattle, Washington. You know, I was supposed to say something, but I forgot that you and me were talking here. I swear, I'm gonna tell you what I was.
Oh my gosh!
Because we talk 24/7. So I'm
I know.
Oh, snap. I'm like, oh no, I'm on the Insaka Talk Show. So from me on the Insaka Talk Show today, and my co-host, who was very gracious enough to come today and be with me on my birthday and celebrate my birthday. Thank you very much. I love you, sis.
I love you so much. Thank you so much for making this possible.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you for having me. I'm so grateful. I know we've as parents, like the dates, like, oh, let's make this day. Oh no, I can't do that one. But you know what? For making this possible and making it work, I'm so grateful. And I'm so thankful for you having me on this platform.
You're welcome. And you know what? We should come back now. We should just talk about your workout, so that you can inspire other women like me to be on top of things like the way you're doing it.
You're doing it right, Mama.
I know. All right, from the Insaka Talk Show, and to you guys, enjoy this Sunday. Is my birthday. You can still send Cash App, Venmo, Zelle to Winnie Sonda. Person, not Winnie Sonda Foundation. This is person. Zelle, Cash App, and what else? What else do you have? Venmo and MTN. I still have a Zambian number. No, MTN. I still have a Zambian number. So today is my birthday.
Wants presents.
Don't forget. Yeah, monetary gifts are very, very important. I love you guys. Have a good one. Bye.
Oh, bye. Thank you.